What's up, y'all? So I know I told y'all I wanted to tap back in with y'all in March, so I didn't really have anything to say. But I've learned some things in the last couple months or weeks, and I mean, I guess you could say months too. But last couple weeks that I wanted to share with you guys, it's like resources, just other things that I've been through and navigating through. Some things is still not like complete just yet, but I wanted to share it just in case, y'all needed it too. So, one of the very first things is when it comes to your insurance, make sure you get you a care advocate or care rep, whatever they call it. Um, just call up your insurance and tell them like this is something that you want, and they'll probably ask you like what's the medical condition or whatever. Just tell them that you're trans and you'll like to have one that's has experience with other trans people. So, what is a care advocate or a care rep? It's basically someone that offers you support and um, explain like your plan, your insurance plan a little bit better. They also like go through all of the different crevices and check different crevices and just like to make sure they really dive into your insurance plan to see what's covered under your plan, what benefits you have, and just trying to make sure you're getting your money's worth in a sense. So that's like the very first thing I would say to do when you're looking into your insurance, trying to see who's in network, who's not, and just trying to see what your insurance covered. That will be the first place I would say to look. Another thing is, I mean, if you're like already through the process, it's cool, you can get it now. It's just, if you're in the beginning stages, I would definitely say start there first. So once you get to that point, and if you decide that you want fallow, you have to stay in that area for like a month. They don't require you to stay in the area for a month. So with your insurance, if you can, see if your insurance covers home health or inpatient rehab. So then, as far as inpatient rehab, you won't have to worry about a place to stay, food, all that, therapy, all that good stuff, because you'll have that at that place, and that'll be like one thing that'll help with your pockets. That's the one thing you'll have to think about. Now, another thing is the only downside about inpatient rehab, and I believe too at-home healthcare, they won't be able to like approve it like right away. It has to be once you're admitted to the hospital, because they said everybody's different and they just want to make sure this is something that you really need, which is weird to me because I feel like if you've had other patients go through this procedure, you should already know that this is something that people need. Needless to say, it's something that you can look into. But if you're like, nah, I ain't trying to chance it, you can also look into Airbnb, Verbo. They have like those payment plans. One person I was talking to about it, they said they just finished their last payment with Verbo. And I know with PayPal, they have like PayPal credit or something. So it's like they will pay for it and then you pay them over time. So it's kind of the same gist of it. So that's something else you can look into. Another thing with hospitals, they might give you, I'll say call them, and they might give you like a weekly rate, and you can go based off of that. So when it comes to it, try to see if you can get your insurance to cover it, or see if your plan offers it, just so it can help with your pockets. But if not, you could probably go that route, or if you have to travel because you have to be in the area for a month. Once you finally got the surgeon that you want, make sure you are familiar with the cancellation policy. Just in case, something comes up, a lot of times things come up where you're just find out you're not really ready for the surgery or whatever the case may be, make sure you know the cancellation policy. For example, with the Crane Center, they tell you that you should call them within 60 days prior to your surgery. The Crane Center tells you should call them 60 days prior to your surgery date. And if you do not do so, if it's inpatient, you have to pay 10 bands. If it's outpatient, it's 5 bands. So make sure, if you feel like you're not ready for the surgery or whatever the case may be, make sure it's done 60 days before. Or you're going to have to pay that. Or just get the surgery. So just make sure that's something that you need to do. Another big thing which goes along with once you finally got your surgeon, you really want to stick with them and everything like that, make sure you look into the location as a whole, because again, you have to stay there for a month, so you have to look into how much it will be for food, if you're going to stay in a hotel, a car, the gas, because you also have to think about that along with your bills at home. So make sure that's something that you're looking into for sure. And also plane tickets, Ubers, all of those things play a big role in all of those things play a big role when it comes to your money and making sure that this is a surgeon you want to go to. Something too, you can see if your insurance has travel and lodging benefits, which is why I said in the beginning, see if you can get a care advocate, because that can be something they could look into. Because like I said, a lot of times when you call your insurance company, they don't know all the answers and you'll be confused, like what the hell. So if you had a care advocate, that can be something that they can suggest or find out for you. The other thing, which I think is really big, is if you're in a relationship, make sure you talk to your partner about these surgeries. Really talk to them, not on the, well, hey, how do you feel about this surgery? I mean, yes, but also really going into it, because if they're going to be your caregiver, being a caregiver is a lot, and you want to make sure that they can do it physically, mentally, emotionally, because having to care for somebody like that is a lot. And this is a very big surgery, real extensive, and you just want to make sure they're good. So I would say make sure they know the risks, the complications, make sure you tell them what you need from them as your caregiver, make sure they tell you what they need from you, and just really have that very clear communication of everything. Make sure y'all talk about the finances part of everything. Just make sure they're comfortable with you getting the surgery, especially if y'all live together. Make sure they're really comfortable. Tell them your plan. Make sure it's a solid plan when you tell them. When you bring it up to them, make sure they give you some feedback or they help you with this plan. Make sure y'all both are on the same page with it. Just make sure, biggest thing is making sure the communication is there, just so they're not in the dark about anything, and vice versa. You don't want to be in the dark about it either, because what if they're not really feeling the surgery, and you would never know. So I would really say make sure you talk to your partner about it all, which is why I also said in the beginning, see if you have at-home healthcare benefits or inpatient rehab, because that can help them too. They won't have to worry about being your caregiver the entire time, because like I said, I heard that it could be a lot on them, so that can probably help them too. So that's a pretty big thing. You don't want to have to worry about that aspect of things, and also trying to recover, and vice versa. They don't want to have to. Y'all don't want y'all don't want no bullshit trying to deal with surgery too. So I'll say just make sure you really plan and talk it out for sure. Like as far as that, that's really all I can think of. If there's something else that I come across, I'll definitely share it. I think the big thing is just also reaching out to people, trying to see what advice they can give you, try to see what resources they use that can help you with your surgery. I'll definitely say to do all of that for sure. As far as how I'm feeling now, I am. Hold on, let's see. I am 24 days away from surgery. I am excited. I'm scared as hell. I'm anxious. I really just want it to be over. I want to get it out the way so bad. But I am very much excited. It's a lot. Boy, it's a lot. Like, I feel like going through all of this, like this part of it is a lot. Like trying to make sure my insurance covers it, getting the care advocate, going through the whole my job, trying to make sure like that's on the up and up, like trying to get my disability and all that. Hell. But I can't wait till I get it. For sure. I'm just really excited, honestly. I might try to give updates every week prior to, or leading up to surgery. Again, I might. I'll see what I can do. Like, even if it's just me just saying like how I'm feeling, or if I found out something new, just to give updates along the way. For sure, I'm gonna try to like vlog when I'm out there, or give updates while I'm out there. I'm definitely gonna try. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I can't really think of anything else. Thank y'all for being on this journey with me, and I'll try to give y'all some more updates and share any other insight or resources that I have, or that I've been going through, or that I can suggest to y'all, recommend for y'all. I'll definitely be up on that. And I'll catch y'all next week, possibly.